welcome to the IBC press conference 2010. I can't believe it's a year since we were all sitting up here and you were sitting out there. I think quite a lot's changed in the world in that last year, and certainly very positive vibes coming back from the show floor. This is going to last about 20 minutes. I say that because I know this is probably your last press conference, and you've been to some very long ones, and you know, we won't go on for hours about having a red button instead of a blue button. We'll try and get you out here in good shape and quite quickly. So first of all, let me do the introductions. To my right here we have John Holton, who's our chairman of our exhibition committee. To my left, Michael Lumley, who is chairman of our conference committee and the producer of our awards, and Phil White, who is director of technology and events. He brings all of the technical facilities you see across the show together. Now, as you can see, we're smiling, and I think if you've been on the show floor, you know there's a buzz, and it's been a really good show. So we're very happy. However, there's one little proviso here. If you see my face go into a grimace and you're in the front row, move, because I woke up this morning with cramp. Does anyone ever get yeah? And it just went bang, and I just hit the ceiling. So it's twinging now, so be careful. Phil, be careful there in the front row. You could end up with some glass of water or that. Now, let's start with the headlines. Everybody always wants to know what the big number is at IBC, how many people are through the door. But those of you who are regulars here know that I always say the same thing, and that is we believe that IBC is about the quality and the experience as much as it is about the number of people. We differentiate through quality and through content, through innovation, and especially in this industry as it's, with its broadcast technology roots, but also ICT influences. We believe we're in the entertainment business, and we try and make that experience show through the event that we are putting on for you here today. So let me just give you the headline number. When we closed last night, we had 48,164 visitors through the door. Clearly they're still coming through the door. This is a slow day, so it won't go up significantly from there. To put it in perspective, I haven't worked out the exact percentage, that will be on the website later, but it's probably about 10% up where it was last year, which makes it the second biggest IBC there's ever been in terms of attendance. 2008 was our record year. We had 5% year-on-year growth up to 2008. A dip off last year, we've gone right back up to almost touching our 2008 record number. All the demographics of that will be on our website later. I think one thing I like to reinforce is that we count the people that are here. We have had more than 75,000 registrations, so clearly there's quite a lot of no-shows, and there's quite a lot of D-dupes as well that we've done. So the number that we've given you is based on the database being D-dupes and people coming in. So when you pick up your RFID badge, that's a badge, and then we do several very sophisticated sorts to get others out of the system. For example, if you're both an exhibitor and a member of the press, you will only be counted once. So we're very proud of that, and you'll see that on our site. So it's a very genuine number. Now, probably the best way to proceed is I'm going to ask each of the gentlemen up here with me to say a few words about their particular area, and then at the end we'll take questions generally on the topic, if that's okay with you. And yeah, I'm just getting some nods, so that's the way we'll do it. So first of all, let me pass you over to John Holton, who's the chairman of our exhibition committee.
Thank you, Mike. As Mike has already mentioned, we're now approaching the end of our second largest IBC ever. And that was in, as he mentions, 2008 was the largest. This year, the size of this year's show is 43,000 square metres net. Now, I think that's a remarkable achievement when you take into account the severe financial downturn that we've all suffered since 2008. Now, you don't achieve results like this by just sitting at your desk waiting for orders to come in because you're IBC. You have to work damned hard at it, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the sales team of IBC for a remarkable job well done and also for the whole of the IBC operation for putting on a great show. Not only just for achieving the size that the sales team have achieved this year, but also in persuading companies that were not here last year to return to the fold. So all in all, a great achievement. Now, during this meeting last year, I told you that 70% of the exhibiting companies had signed up for this year. Today I'm pleased to announce that 80% of this year's exhibitors have already signed up for 2011. It's been a great show for everybody, and it looks like we can look forward to another great show next year. Thank you.
Okay, so, thanks John. Can I just ask you a question, John?
Yes.
Is there an indication of people booking more space? Is there a...
No, I haven't had that indication
okay.
from the sales team.
All right, well,
answer that. So
I was asking him, but I know that actually
he knows the answer.
there's an upward trend as well. So there are rebookings and people are asking for a percentage more space. Most of the big companies are looking at more space. So what that tells you about the state of the industry, I'll leave you to decide. Clearly it's a positive sign, and we're very pleased with that. Okay. Let's move swiftly on to the conference. We had a great conference this year. It's first one under Mike's chairmanship, and Jessica, our conference manager, is here. They've worked really, really hard, so well together to pull off a cracking conference. And I'll pass you over to Mike to say a few words.
Hi, good morning. Yes, it's. I think it has been a cracking conference. You can measure that in many ways. We had well over 1,000 delegates. We had speakers from over 60 countries, and we had, I think, a very stimulating programme. We set ourselves the objective of getting some people here that our delegates would want to listen to, engage with, and go away, hopefully with some ideas and more knowledge than when they arrived, because that's what we're about. Identifying the key topics, transferring the knowledge, and creating an environment in which there can be interplay between delegates, interplay between delegates and speakers. And I think for me, one of the true signals of that is observing what happens, you know, at the end of sessions. Do people come down the front? Do they want to engage with the people that they've heard from? Do they want to engage with people that they've met? And for me, I think we passed that test on session after session after session. A really good sign, a really good buzz. This year, I think we got a really strong start. As you know, we start the conference one day ahead of the exhibition, and was delighted with the number of people that we got here on Thursday who were here for one reason, and that was because they wanted to go to the conference with a very strong keynote and plenary to start with. We've already got thoughts and are starting to planning. I can't say we've got the bookings that our colleagues in the exhibition have got, but we've already started with our thoughts. Another thing we were pleased with is we realise that we offer a very rich conference, and there have been observations in the past that it's difficult to manoeuvre your way through it. So I'm very pleased with the work that Jessica and the team, together with marketing, have done to sort of clarify and build the streams. And I think it's been a clearer journey possible for people this year, and that's something we'll take a look, see how we can further improve. But certainly I think we took a step forward. So it's been an exciting year, and we look forward to further developments.
Okay, thanks Mike. Yeah, I mean, what we've tried to do is keep technology at the heart of the conference, but we've built two other pillars really. So three pillars. We have technology, business and creation and innovation. The other area that we've worked at with plenary sessions and keynotes is to bring in some visionary people as the industry changes, and we're all trying to work out where that's going to go. And those actions seem to have been really very successful, both in the attendance, the bums on seats, but also the ticket sales. There's two measures there that I can tell you that the conference this year has been outstanding. Okay, let's move on to Phil then, please.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, well, as well as looking after the technical aspects of the conference, I guess my job is to provide some entertainment and some experience. And I think the word experience of IBC, which is what Mike was talking about earlier, is absolutely critical, because one of the things you want is people to come and experience this show and see things they won't see anywhere else. It is interesting, there's talk of a downturn and the economy and all the rest of it, but actually this year, from the industry, we've had more support than ever. It's been absolutely fantastic. There's not been any sign of any kind of downturn in that. So we were able to achieve things such as our screenings of Toy Story, which we actually did in 7.1 this year for the first time. We've had the Avatar screening. You had the opportunity to go and look at NHK, and I think it was interesting to really look at NHK Super High Vision and realise what a fantastic progress has been made over the last 2 years. They were here 2 years ago, and the kit was working, but it wasn't too practical. And now you're starting to see the first implementation of it, and they were absolutely determined to show that here at IBC. So again, an experience you wouldn't get anywhere else at any other show. The production village was interesting this year as well. We changed the emphasis. We were looking at 3D in particular. It's a hot topic. So you could go there, you could look at the very latest 3D cameras, 3D rigs, but also we had a renowned stereographer who was showing you in real time, in real sessions, how do you shoot 3D. The other thing we did there this year was digital SLR, which it's a really interesting, it's a buzzing area, it's something which is, a technique that's coming on, and we therefore decided to give you that experience. You could go up there, you could play with the digital SLR cameras, you could see them on monitors, we built a set for you to play with them. Again, a really quite unique experience. Finally, I wanted to kind of point out the kind of support we got where yesterday morning we did, I think, the world's first 3D HD table tennis as a live event into our big screen. How crazy was that? We had a 3-camera setup. We had a 14-metre truck from Alpha Campus who supplied the cameras and the kit. And you were able to go and sit and look at the big screen and watch one of the top producers in the world to show you how do you do 3D, how do you do it live, and this is actually it on the big screen. And he gave you a really good sort of technical overview of the whole thing, as I say, in real time. I think they're good examples of those kind of experiences that I don't think you can get at any other show. So it's really thanks to support from the industry.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. Yeah, we're absolutely determined that IBC won't just be another trade show. We will lead and innovate on these things all of the time. And Phil and I, masochists that we are, we're already talking about some of the things that we're going to be doing next year. Okay. Just before we take some questions, one thing that's been sticking in my head here is, we've name-checked and thanked our sales team and our marketing team and our conference team. The logistics of this show are really very complicated, and we've got a brand new ops team who've come in to put a professional eye over it and make sure that the logistics get simpler as the event gets more complex. It's quite a challenge, but I think they've done a great job, so I'd like to thank them for their work as well. That's all we've got to say